I think the next speaker is speaking about what role do experts play in influencing our consumption or acquisition of knowledge, according to the booklet.
Oh yeah, that would be me.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Aaron. Just give me a second. Let me just share my screen. Just a moment. All right. Yeah, okay. So my knowledge question was, how can we distinguish, what role do the experts play in influencing our consumption or acquisition of knowledge? And so the object that I chose was these blue light filter glasses that seem to just emerge out of nowhere after the pandemic lockdown started. And so my real life situation was, suddenly, after the lockdown started, all the classes turned into online classes. Voila, hey, whatever, just have all your classes online. And so my sister suddenly started saying, "Mom, I have a headache." And then my mom, not me, note that word. So my mom started researching online as to what can probably be one of these problems. And everyone on the internet said, oh, it might be due to fatigue because of the blue light that comes from these screens. And so she was advised by the internet, which barely, usually WebMD always says, if you have a headache, hey, guess what? You're going to die in 5 seconds. So I don't really know. Are we supposed to believe that or not? Anyway, so my mom got my sister a pair of these blue light filter glasses. And then I was personally unconvinced of the benefits of these glasses, even when my sister insisted, here I say, insisted, and even like, I don't even know what I'd say, I just want to put it out there. She insisted that it helped her to such an extent where all of her problems, and she seemed to say that she never got headaches ever again. And it eliminated the frequent headaches that she would have if she uses the computer for long periods of time because of these online classes. And that is when I decided to do a little bit of research into this newly emerged craze. And this is what I got out of it. And so the knowledge question, the one that I've focused on is what role do experts play? But then you can connect a whole lot of RQ questions into this. For example, how can we distinguish between knowledge, belief, and opinion, which is also very important in this case? What is the relationship between personal experience and actual knowledge? What counts as good evidence for a claim? Does what my sister say actually count for good evidence? And on what grounds might we actually doubt a claim? So the area of knowledge for these questions might be human sciences and natural sciences, because they do actually invariably affect the answers to all of these questions. And so here's the claim. The general explanation that you get when you walk into a shop that sells glasses, and I should know because I do wear glasses, I don't know what, like basically all the time that I would stay awake, is that these blue light glasses or lenses, should you so need it, if, I don't know, some people might want lenses instead of glasses because they say it's too huge. They say that they help you prevent blue light from attacking your eyes, let's say. They say that it is a countermeasure, and they even use the big C word, cancer. I kid you not. I once walked into a shop where they handed me a pamphlet for blue light filter lenses that said these lenses prevent cancer and cataracts. The other claim is that this lens helps you in the betterment of your sleep cycle and your sleeping patterns. And to prove their point, there are a number of people, including my sister, that claim that this lens has helped them in many ways. For For example, reducing the fatigue on their eyes and making sure that this doesn't affect their sleeping patterns, and reducing the frequent headaches that torment them from time to time, and no matter what gadget they may be in front of. Now, this is the claim that is on the right side, where people say, this is good. Here's the counterclaim, which I stand on. The claim is that the blue light from your screens is so negligible that it deserves a very, very, very dark room to even barely affect your eyes. Another one is that the greatest provider of blue light in our lives is not the screen, is not your phone, it's not your tablet, it's not your iPad, but rather the sun that's outside your room. Fine, now that I said that, you're probably wondering, what the heck even is blue light? Well, blue light is how we identify colors. We as humans do not identify colors as they are plainly. We identify them with the blue light that surrounds us on a momentary basis. So right now, there is a whole bunch of blue light surrounding you. Even right now, when you are sitting right there, you're probably watching me. But the blue light that surrounds you makes you contemplate color. And that is why there are colorblind people and there are people that see color. Some people's brains are programmed in a way where they cannot, or they have a very subdued form of noticing this blue light. That is what blue light is. And it is no way harmful to your eyes. And no way does it cause cancer or cataracts to form. There just isn't any data or any meaningful data that proves or says that this is a data-driven claim. So the fatigue you might feel after using your digital screens after some time, which does happen, is actually due to dehydration of your eyeballs. As you see, when you cry, water comes out. Where does this come out? You drink water, you ingest it, and then it's excreted. But where does this water come from? This water is produced by you yourself. And this water helps your eyes to stay hydrated. But when you use these digital screens for a very long period of time, what happens is your eyes get dehydrated. And this is not due to blue light, but this is because of the fact that when you are using screens such as gadgets and laptops and computers, you do not blink as much because you are so focused that you do not want to blink. And so this blue light from our phones is not as dangerous as many people claim. But many studies, on the other hand, have shown that blue light does affect sleep cycles and waking patterns. This might be due to the dopamine that is produced when we are on our laptops, when we are on our phones, when we are scrolling through Instagram, and we want to see the next big thing, the next big trend. That causes a dopamine effect to just burst into our heads and cause us to lose our sleep. And so my only question here is, do we believe this blue light filtered glass? Because the placebo effect is always still in action. So to prove the placebo effect, there have been many experiments that have taken place. One experiment that I would like to highlight is this experiment that says a whole bunch of cancer patients were called into a hospital. They were handed a tablet saying that this is the cure to cancer. When in reality, it wasn't a cure to cancer, but rather a vitamin tablet. Yes, it was a vitamin tablet. And there were many people that actually believed that it was the cure and were healed because of that belief. So is this famous because of the placebo effect, or because it actually does have some scientific backing? See, there are two spectrums to this. One side says, yes, it does affect your eyes. Yes, it does cause cancer. Yes, it does create cataracts and things like that. But the other side says, no, it has no value whatsoever. There is no data-driven impact. So is it up to us or up to the experts to decide what is right? Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, by the way. When you were saying that people believed that it was the the vitamin tablets were the cure to cancer. Do you mean like in an indirect way? Are you trying to tell that belief can change the way you perceive world or anything that way? Like, do you think belief can actually bring cure to different problems in our life? Like
100%. I'm actually in my uncle's place right now, and right now we were talking about how people that believe, that old people that believe they are going to die, eventually do, but sooner than they would have if they believe that yes, I can do it. But that's a very twisted topic. What about people that believe that they are sick? People that believe that they are sick, according to research, I do not know who did it or where it was done or when it was done, but people that believe that they are sick actually do feel like they're sick, and they perform less when they believe that they are sick. But when they believe, yes, I'm healthy, everything's good, hey, let me do this, man, those people tend to think of this a little bit different, and what they do is they think that everything is good around them. It's the pessimistic versus the optimistic view of life kind of thing. The belief that you have does in fact affect what happens to you. Yes, I do believe that.
yeah, thank you for the answer.
Okay. Any other questions? Or was I like talking too much? Please. Yes, please.
So you said like it's like a placebo effect, like it psychologically helps you heal, right? But what if it was like the effect of something was built up for a long time, and now you feel like you're getting affected by it, and actually blue light filter glasses help you by blocking the blue light, and therefore it makes you feel before you had a headache, so it's actually removes the effect you had. So
you see, first of all, as I was saying, blue light is very negligible that comes from these screens. Another thing is, yes, there isn't any true way to actually verify what happens to these glasses. I mean, these are just normal glasses, but to the blue light filter glasses, we're not actually sure. No one really knows if that is actually true. Because, of course, right now there are a few experiments and there are a whole bunch of researches that are happening as I speak right now as to whether blue light really does, blue light from these computers really do affect us or not. But as of right now, there is no data-driven explanation or research that says, hey, yeah, this is the truth. This actually affects you. So I hope that answers your question.
it does, but can you also leave your contact on the chat box? Because I would love to discuss this more and more. Thank you.
I don't think you're allowed to chat in the breakout rooms.
No, I will chat after the exhibition.
I mean, I don't think you can send something.
No, I don't think, yeah, you can't chat in everyone's breakout room. Man, I really wanted to get your contact.
You can just right-click his name and then chat button appears.
Sorry?
Right-click his screen.
You do have the option to chat privately. If you go to the chat and click on that everyone, you'll have the option to choose a specific person.
Or like if you just scroll, put your mouse over his camera screen, whatever, there's like a 3-dot button. If you click that, you can get the option to chat open.
I see. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Anyone else has any other questions?
Well, you could just give me the contact information. I don't want to waste time right now. You can chat.
Oh my goodness, I can't talk to you that way. It's no direct messages. You have any Instagram, my man?
Yes, it's basically my name in
okay, cool.
English letters.
Cool. I'll follow you there. Anyone else has any other questions? I would be more than happy to answer them. Because as I was saying just now, this is a very new kind of technology I can add. And there is though there is no data-driven actual fact that says this does help, there isn't really much that we can say to disprove it either. But so far, the facts that we have, there's more evidence that this is not true, that it does not help. But there is also the other side which says it does help, but just we don't have the sort of research conducted to get the actual effects out. Any questions? Okay, then. Thank you for listening.
Sorry.
Yes,
Can I ask you
please.
a question?
Yes, please.
So based on like what you presented, you believe more that there's no actual evidence that the blue light thing works or causes any harm. How would you explain your sister's situation where after she received the blue light glasses, she felt like better? Do you think that it actually physically helped her, or is that just some form of hysteria?
It's not hysteria per se. It's more of a belief that it helped her. As I was talking to Preetika over there, she said, do you think belief really does help you or affect the human body in such a way? I think it was the belief that helped her more than the actual glasses. The glasses were a tool for helping her. So, for example, let's say the treadmill, right? When we walk on the treadmill, we actually think we're losing weight because there are signs that tell us, hey, you lost 50 calories or 60 calories or whatever. When in reality, if you were to just go outside and walk, you would have lost the same thing, right? It's just the belief that you are losing weight that helps you do it more, right? So I was just thinking, maybe it's just the placebo effect, or rather the belief that rather helps you. Placebo effect is such a broad term that I would rather tone it down and say the belief that it does help her, that actually did help her. I hope that answered your question. Probably going around in circles. My bad.
I want to say that your topic was very interesting, and I like to read a lot about it. It reminded me of the law of attraction, and it basically says that whatever you think, it happens, and that I honestly like believe in it because it's very true. And I know you said that there isn't a lot of evidence that supports it, which is true. Obviously, there isn't a lot of
there isn't a lot.
evidence. Yeah, but I feel like if people try it, they would really see that it does work. Like it really has an impact on someone's life. It really does.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about the cancer example because I came late, and I wanted to ask you about the cancer example.
Yes, please go ahead.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. Please.
Oh, okay. What is it called? Because I just want to read about it.
I'm actually not sure because I read it somewhere. Like let's say around 3 years ago. Yeah, I don't even remember anymore. But it was done actually, and everyone did consent to this experiment. They didn't know it was to prove the placebo effect, but they all consented that it was to find a cure for cancer. But in reality, they weren't given a cure; they were just given a vitamin tablet, and they believed that it was a cure. And few people were actually cured.
That's very interesting. I feel like there's a lot of potential for.
There is a lot of potential, yes. But then this is the limitations. It does also refer to the belief system of the different people that were called for this experiment. For example, I'm an Indian. If you were to call a bunch of Indian people and do this, it would be different. A lot of Indian people to this day do not believe in tablets and whether they help us or not. And so that it would yield different results. But the concept or the basic context as to why this happened and why this works is still the same, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem because of people who don't believe in it. And For example, in our Arab world too, they wouldn't believe it if you told them that you can believe in something and like use the law of attraction to cure something. They wouldn't be down for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's the same with the law of attraction. Yeah, you're right. Hopefully I helped you. I'm sorry I couldn't get you the exact name of the experiment. I'm sorry.
It's okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have a question. I also would like to say that I really liked your presentation. I think it was really good. Do you believe that like cultural background affects these beliefs?
Yes, of course. Because I see it on a daily basis, to be honest. So I can only say what I've seen, but I have seen quite a number of people who believe different things, and they have been from different countries. And so let me tell you my background just a little bit so I don't get too deep into it. I did used to live in Dubai. So basically my entire childhood was spent there. And so I used to be around a whole lot of different people. And so I've met African people, I've met Filipino people, I've met people from the Philippines, I've met people from America, I've met people from Britain. And everyone had different belief systems, and yet they had different perspectives on something that was the same. So, for example, hopefully no one takes this the wrong way, but drugs. So it was a big thing back in Dubai because there everyone was, I guess you could say modern, but I don't take drugs, by the way, I do not. Yeah, no, I do not. But then the people I used to hang around, the people I used to be around would solemnly, from time to time, do partake in these things. And one side of them said, this is fine, it's actually healthy. So research does say this doesn't affect you in any way. In fact, it so-called boosts your brain power or something like that. And the other side says, no, if I take it, I'll get addicted to it and it's not good for you and things like that. And so though it is there, the object is the same, the perspectives differ. And so I do believe that cultural identity does differ when you cultural perspective, does differ when you are of a different background. So I am from India. I would have a different background. You would say that is white, but I would say it's something different. So I'm Tamil. I'll be like at the Vellappa in my language. My bad. so I'd say it in a different way, right? So different shades of white would just be white in English. So to a British person, he would look at white in a different shade and say, that's just white. But I would say that that's a different shade of white. So in my language, we have names for different shades of white. So and in the same way for other people, right? It would be different. So I do believe beliefs change when you are of a different background, because the background does affect who you are as a person. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's have a discussion about that. What do you say? Does anyone else think that the background that you have does affect your perspective or your belief?
Yeah, definitely. It really does. It has an effect on you because of like the place you live in, the way people think. And for example, here, for example, in the Arab world, if you want to mention like the things that you talked about today, it would be I feel like they're more closed-minded, so they wouldn't be accepting of that topic. However, if you go to, let's say, European countries, they might be more open to it. And other things, not only the topics that you talked about today, but other things. I feel like it depends on the place you're at and the people you're around, because you can feel like you don't want to be the only person that, for example, you don't want to be the one that's left out, or not left out, but the only different person, I guess. And you don't want to be seen as a weird person or someone who's like crazy or something because you have different beliefs.
That is a very good point, to be honest, because
sorry to tap into your discussion, but there's still 2 more presenters and we only have less than 10 minutes. So
I'm so sorry.
Move on to the next presenter.
Anyway,
it was
thank
really
you, everyone.
interesting though, so thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for participating and actually listening to me. Thank you very much.